Good afternoon, family. How are we doing? I hope we are good. So I'm about making the puff and the buns. I'm not supposed to make it because we'll be traveling next tomorrow, but I've just started to make little, even if it's little, just to show you guys how I make it. So these are the ingredients I'll be using. This is vanilla flavor, and this is nutmeg. My milk flavor, this one is not really necessary or important, but it's just to add flavor to the puff or the buns, so I like to use it, but it's not that necessary. Baking powder, my sugar, my all-purpose flour, egg for the buns, yeast for the puff, then my butter for the buns. I'll separate the ingredients on the process. I'll be adding it one by one, so you'll see how I make it. Then this is my measurement cup. Some people use this cup, this measurement type of cup. Then some other people use that other type that they roll, those cup that they roll things like this. But me, I prefer this one. And I'll show you guys why I prefer this one while I'm making the puff and the buns. See ya. I forgot to add milk. I'll be using milk. I'll be using 2 for the buns, 1 for the puff, because puff doesn't really need much milk like that, but buns needs it. So I'll be using 2 of this milk and 2 for the buns, 1 for the puff. Yep. Yeah. So let's prepare our milk for the buns mixture. This my buns, I like to call it cake buns because it tastes like cake, and the process I do it with is similar to making cake. It takes a little bit of time. So I'll mix with my lukewarm water. This one is hot. Dilute it. It has off now. So we don't have light. I wanted to use microwave to melt the butter, but because there is no light, I will use frying pan to melt the butter I'll be using for the buns. So I'll melt it. The melting is okay like this. I'll pour it into my mixing bowl. Sorry. Then I pour it here. I put my sugar, half cup of sugar. For 3 cups of all-purpose flour, I'll be using half cup of sugar. My husband doesn't really like sugar that much, so I'll reduce it, but the right measurement is half cup of sugar. Put the sugar and I'm turning it vigorously, like fast. going in with my egg. 2 eggs. And I'm going with my half tablespoon of vanilla flavor. Half tablespoon. If you can notice, I'm adding all my wet ingredients at once. All my wet ingredients, I'm adding them in this mixture. Papa. Then that's it for this. You set this aside and then you mix all. I'm about to. So for my wet ingredients, on this way, I'll measure my normal 3 cups of flour. Then I'll measure my half tablespoon of 1 teaspoon of nutmeg. Nutmeg is not finished. It's only one I have left here. 1 teaspoon of nutmeg. Then I put in my milk flavor. Papa, see the way he's looking, as if he wants to learn. Don't worry, you're gonna cook. Then I go in with my, why is this thing hard? I go in with my my 1 tablespoon of baking powder. 1 teaspoon of baking powder. And I'll go in with my half teaspoon of salt. This baking powder, I'll put 1.5. The other time I put 1 teaspoon. I want to put another half teaspoon of baking powder, making 1.5 teaspoon. So now I'll mix the dry ingredients together. Give me time now to do this thing. This your small cry is disturbing my ear. You mix all the wet ingredients together. After mixture, we'll be adding it small. A bit of this on it and a bit of our milk, bit by bit. Whoa! Then you add the remaining milk. Beckham is disturbing, so told my girl to go and take care of him. Let me manage and complete. So I added another half cup of flour to get the texture I want for the buns. You know, buns is a bit thicker than puff-puff. Puff-puff is not as thick as this because buns is harder. Yeah, this is exactly the texture. This is exactly the texture I want for the buns. Exactly. So I'm going to mix it well now. Mix it very, very well. See how stretchy it is. Enough butter. Okay, so we are going to fry now. Let me clean my hand, then get ready for the frying. This is the buns. Oh God. This is it. It's so milky and delicious. I'm half knock. I'm going to go.